Hey everyone, Vulgars here. Today I'm going to be doing a Sony Vegas 9 tutorial on screen shakes, effects, keyframing, and possibly transitions, depending on how long this video gets. So go into Sony Vegas, and I'm just going to show you the clip first. Alright, I'm probably going to end up crapping out this part right here because I don't end up killing this guy. It's nothing crazy, it was just something to edit. Alright, so I get one more kill, and then this next guy is Juggernaut, he kind of ruins it all. Wow. Alright, so that's basically it. Now I'm going to show you how you can add effects to it. So if you don't know what a keyframe is, chances are it's probably going to be hard for you. But I'm going to do my best to explain what a keyframe is and how it works. Chances are you probably know what it is, but if you don't, I'm going to explain it. So, first things first is effects. Now, if you go to video effects, if you don't have this tab, if you accidentally cancel out, if you just do view and then video effects, it should be in here. Pick an effect you want. So, let's see, I am going to make the screen, like, let me see, levels. I'm going to make the screen brighter, I guess. If you drag the effect to the video, you notice that the whole entire video gets brighter. Now, if you uncheck this right here, you can preview it without the effect on it. And if you want to remove the effect, you can just hit this. Now, when you apply effects, they give you a variety of like different options. For example, input start is making the darks dark, okay, and input end is making the lights light. So if you end up staring them out, you get something like that looks really weird. So all the darks are really dark and all the lights are really light. So you want to keep, if you want it to be brighter, you want to keep input start to be low, and if you want input end to be like pretty high, and vice versa if you want it to be darker. So yeah, basically what we're gonna do now, just to show you, say you get like this really cool effect that you like. Say you like this, automatically by default, it's gonna go back to those settings that you had before. So what you can do is you can make a preset, and basically what this is see how right here it says preset, brighten. That's what it says right here. If I want to make another preset, for example, I don't know, like colors preset, and hit the save button right here, it's going to add a preset. So say I accidentally, like, I get a new clip or I accidentally delete it, I could just drag colors preset and it just puts everything back that I had before. But I don't actually like the color preset. I'm just going to keep the regular preset and put it back to brighten. You can delete this by hitting the delete key, or no, you can't. How do you delete these, actually? I don't know, I'll find out later. Anyway, hold on a second. Is it like this? Yeah, that's it. You hit that X right there. So I'm gonna add brighten to it. Alright, now I don't want this whole entire clip to be brightened. I only want like right after I get the kill to be brightened. So I'm going to zoom in and find the spot where I get the kill. Or I'm going to start off, and just to show you what a keyframe is, I'm going to make this bigger. Alright, see this little timeline right here? Yeah, this is not going to be good. I'll put it right here. Alright, if you see this timeline right here, this should work. Okay, sorry about that. If you see this timeline right here, basically this is going to, basically if you move this, it should move this too. If you move this keyframe marker, it should also move your timeline. So what you want to do is you want to set it to 0. So you want to remember this number. It says 700. Automatically by default, this is set to 1 because it's regular, and gamma is always set to 1. Gamma is going to make it either brighter or like darker, but automatically gamma is set to 1. So keep that in mind. You don't want to mess with gamma. So keep it by default. That's what is default. And you want to find the spot you get your kill. So if you zoom in all the way and use your arrow keys, you can find the exact point. You can find the exact point that you get the kill. So for me, it's right. I would definitely recommend that you zoom in when you do this because you can get more precise. If you're not zoomed in, you generally skip frames, like 5 at a time. But if you do this, you actually get every frame. You can actually see the numbers right here, what frame you're on. And there's 29 point something frames a second, 29. So as you see, every time it gets past 29, it goes back to 0 again. So it's not like out of 100 or out of 60 or whatever. It's out of however many frames a second you have. So if you have 60 frames a second, it's going to go up to 60. But right now I'm going to go right when I get the kill. So right here is when I shoot. So let me find the exact time I shoot. And this is all going to make sense when you're done. So I really can't find the part when I shoot. Let me see. Alright, there. I know you guys probably can't see it, but there's a hit marker right here. That's the spot when I want to stop, or when I want to start. Sorry, when I want the brightness to start. So I'm going to hit this button here, create keyframe. Okay, and then I'm going to go. I usually do 2 frames before it because I want it to be like something drastic. But like you can go 2 or 3 or however many you want. Really, you gotta understand that however many frames you want, it's going to gradually get to that level. So you'll see in a second. So I'm going to go 5 frames before it. So zoom in and count 5. Hit your left button, your left arrow key 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to hit another keyframe. Now in this keyframe right here, you're going to put input start up to 700 or wherever we had it at before. So now it got brighter. So if you see, it goes from this dark to this bright. And it's noticeable, but I want it to be more noticeable for the sake of this commentary, so I'm going to put the gamma up and just make everything brighter. Alright, so let me explain to you what's happening. I'm just going to play it just so you can see. Alright. Right here I go to shoot, and boom, all of a sudden it gets brighter. Now that's pretty cool. Not necessarily something you want in a montage, but it's just something good to display it. So I'm going to pause that and redo it. That's what it looks like. Just watch it again. It's going to do that. Now, if you notice, it's going to gradually get... Let me unloop this. Okay, right as you go to scope in, watch the screen. It gradually gets brighter. Okay, and that's usually what you want. And I'm going to explain to you how that works. Basically, right here, if you notice, we have it set to default. And then right here, we have it set to brightness. Now, there's 5 frames between here, like I said before. So it's gonna, between the next 5 frames, it's gonna gradually get brighter. It's pretty simple. Now, if we move this keyframe right next to it, it's gonna be an instantaneous, like, right now it's dark, right now it's bright. So just play that and show you how it looks. You know, it's really not that, you know, all of a sudden it just gets bright. It's more like emphasis. So, yeah, so, and then also, if you say you want to be gradually getting brighter from the beginning of the clip, so you can put this like right here, and then the whole entire clip, it's gradually getting brighter. So, alright, what just happened? I gotta click on this, that's why. See, it gradually gets brighter, and until you hit this keyframe. So I hope that made sense. If it didn't, just keep watching. You can watch other keyframe tutorials. It's pretty simple. I've used a lot of other programs with keyframes, so it's nothing new to me, really. Now, say right after it, I want to get, like, darker. So 1, 2. Now, 2 is pretty decent. I usually use 2, sometimes 3, depends. If I want to give variation, I do 2, then 3, then 2. Now I'm going to put this back to default again. So what's default? 1.0. Put gamma 1.0. I wasn't paying attention, but there we go. So basically, if you want to look at it, this is what you get. Now it's pretty much the same thing if you're doing screen shakes. So that looks pretty cool. I'll just play that. Alright, so just play it over and over again. You see that it gets bright, all of a sudden you shoot and it gets dark. Okay. So, now I'm going to show you how to do screen shakes, which are a little bit different. I'm just going to get something to drink. Now, I really don't need... I think it's, like I said before, I think I get like 5 kills in this clip. I really don't need all that. I'm just going to end up cutting it because I'm not even going to use all that. Actually, no, maybe I will, because I want to show you guys something else too. More practice with, you know, clipping your clips. So, right after I get the kill, I want to screen shake, and I want it to be something cool too. So I'm going to hit this little button right here. It's event pan crop, and basically you can do a lot of things with event pan crop, and like masking, which I'll go over probably in the next tutorial. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with it. And yeah, let's get started. So same thing here, you get this little timeline, same thing, keyframes. You want to find the exact point that you shoot, so use the arrow keys. Now You see how it's getting brighter right as you shoot. Same thing. You want to find the spot where you shoot the guy, so right here. And you want to add a keyframe, which is this plus. If you want to subtract it, you do delete keyframe. And zoom in. So now I want to do 2 frames after, okay? And you'll start to realize like what you want to do if you haven't already. And 2 frames after, I'm going to do like a screen shake that looks like this. So now when I play it, it looks like this. And give it a second. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So you can tell, I mean, it'll look a lot cooler in the montage when you have music to it, but that looks pretty cool. So now I'm going to show you, basically, like I showed you before, how you can affect how fast it does it. So for example, you see how I have this keyframe right here, which is set back to normal, and this keyframe right here, which is, you know, the screen shaking. Say I wanted this to last like a little longer, say I wanted it to gradually get there from like the beginning of the video, I can do that. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to, I'm sorry my computer's lagging, it's just, I'm recording, I'm doing stuff at the same time, so it's like, yeah. Basically, if you notice, gradually throughout the video, it slowly gets to that position. Now, again, hit event pan crop. If you can't see this, either zoom in, because sometimes if you're zoomed out far enough, you won't be able to see this little button. If you zoom in, you could either find that, or you can right-click and do event pan crop, whatever that is. Now, say, like, you want that to happen, and then right after you get that kill, you want it to go back to normal. So, go however many frames you want after it, depending on how fast you want to do that. I want to actually move this keyframe back 1, and then add a keyframe right there. And here's a pretty handy feature. If you right-click the stage, and you do restore, now you can basically, if you see all these things, like restore is going to put it back to normal. If you want to like center it, this is basically going to make it center. Like say you do it like this, because you can do a lot of stuff with this. You can just do center, and it's going to make it basically like the video was before you start adding the effect. So I'm just going to do restore, and that way you get something that looks like this. So you know, all of a sudden it turns, and then as soon as you shoot, it goes back to normal. So let me just do this. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now what I'm going to want to do, pretty much this whole entire video is going to be about keyframing, because it's a really important part of Vegas, and everyone should know about it, because it's actually really simple once you get the hang of it. So what do I want to do now? Oh, yeah, let me see. I'm going to add, like, screen movement, so I can do this a lot better when I add effects, but just to show you some basics, this is not going to look nearly as good as you can do it, but forget all this stuff right here. By the way, delete keyframe, like I said before, hit this button or hit the delete key. And now the whole entire video. By the way, if you haven't already noticed, say this keyframe right here is like this, the rest of the film is going to be on its side. Alright, so basically this is what you get if you want to check out this effect. It's basically just like the screen keeps moving. I'll just render this. As you see, the screen keeps rocking. You can give that, maybe if you're not editing Call of Duty videos, you can give it the effect that someone's holding a camera. But back to what I wanted to show you. I got kind of distracted. What you want to do, I'm going to delete all these keyframes. You can also do this by hitting the delete key, which is, I like to use shortcuts. So right as I get the kill, I want it to slow down. So I'm going to do the way I like to make it slow down, which is by splitting the clip. And if you haven't seen part 1, you probably want to watch that, but you might already know it because it's pretty common. Find the part where you, like, right as you get the kill. So I get the kill right here. So I'm going to hit S, and then go a few frames, and then hit S again. Zoom in, drag this clip out, and drag this clip out. Now, while I drag this clip out, this is the clip I want to make longer. I hold in Control, and I drag out however long I want the clip to be. And that's going to put it in slow motion. So this is what's going to look like. And it looks pretty cool. Now, I'm going to keyframe the middle clip, which is the clip that's in slow motion, and I'm going to make it be something like this. So go 2 frames, Yeah, 2 frames is gonna. I'll make 1 frame. No, 2 frames is good. And that's gonna zoom in. That's gonna go a little bit to the right, and then 1, 2 to the left. 1, 2 up to the top right hand corner. 1, 2 top, the bottom left hand corner. 2. Just basically do whatever you want. This is just showing you some things that you can do. I'm going to show you how you can make like transparent overlays. So get that. And this is the end of the clip. So I'm going to make it restore itself. So if you play it, you'll notice that the screen shakes drastically right after you finish it. And then I'm going to show you how you can apply effects to that to make it look like you see in a lot of montages. So shoot, and all of a sudden the screen shakes a lot. You can do it to your liking. Usually I only shake the screen. I'm going to go back to that. Delete everything I did so far. And usually when I do this, I only shake the screen left and right. Why? I don't know. It just looks cool that way. So I'm going to do that again, except this time I'm going to hit this button right here. Now, for a while, when I was still like new to Vegas, I didn't know about this, and I accidentally hit this, just trying to find my way around. And I was only able to move it left and right. Okay, now this is good because you don't mess with the coordinates up and down. And if you see like X center, Y center, you can change those like to numbers, like to specific numbers. Also, say you really like, you know, having your frame this big, you can make a preset for this, like whatever you want it to be, like IDK preset. Save it, and then the next clip you go in, if you hit this drop down box, you'll see this. Now here are just some standard presets. Vulgar's is an amazing preset. I forget what this was actually. Oh, this is for a montage I was doing, but I could probably delete that now. And then just hit that, it deletes it. You know. So because I want to do it only side to side, I'm going to use this. That way I don't accidentally move it up and down. Same thing if you want to do it up and down. If you like want to, you just make sure that this is move Y only, and it'll only move on the Y axis. So also make sure that if you want to move it in all directions, you have this little X right there, which basically moves freely X or Y axis. So yeah. Now, like I said before, I only want to do this on the X axis, so I'm going to change it to only X axis. Start it off like that, zoom in all the way to the left, and then I'm just going to go 2 frames to the right, and 2 frames to the left. 2 frames, I might like 2 arrow keys to the right, and 2 frames to the left. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I got the whole entire thing done. And you could really experiment with this and do whatever you want. And now, let's check this out and see how it looks. It looks a little better. That looks, it shakes a lot. I'm going to take out a few of those keyframes by deleting this one. I don't know, I was just kind of showing you guys what to do, but you can do really whatever you want. Now, let's try this, see if this works. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep it this way. You get the point. This is probably getting long, but if you guys are wondering how I upload like long videos, I don't know, it says it on my account now that I can upload videos longer than 15 minutes, so I may as well. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even be doing tutorials, because I just keep talking, and it would definitely go over YouTube's limit. And I'd have to do it in a lot of parts, so that's why I'm doing these tutorials, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you learn something from it. So, yeah, back to what I was talking about. So, you get this cool effect. Here's something else, like, as you notice, you might want to move slower than this. I'll just show you how you can take a screenshot. If you want to take a screenshot or pause the video, make sure it says best and in full. Okay, find the spot of the video where you want to pause. This is not even about this. I just want to show it to you, you know, in case you want to use it later, a future reference. Find a part of the clip you want to pause, like this part right here. Hit the S key, split it, okay, and then go back 1 frame until you see this. Hit this button right here, and then save it wherever. Image 1. Drag this image right there, and then here. I think automatically it's 5 seconds long. Automatically for 5 seconds you're gonna have a pause. So you know you're playing. It's dark, like I said, because I applied the preset, and it's gonna pause there. Because basically it's just a picture. So that's how you can take a screenshot. If you know maybe went somewhere and you took a lot of videos and you want to convert videos to pictures, you can just hit this little save button right there. It takes a screenshot. So that was random. I just thought of it. I didn't want to forget it. But back to what I was saying. Instead of putting the video in slow motion, maybe your video was like really fast, or whatever, you can just do a screenshot instead, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to undo what I already did. And, yeah, I don't have to save that. I guess I could if I want to. I will. Save as desktop tutorial 2. Now what you're going to want to do is add a cool effect. Now, if you go to video effects, again, you can add like colors and things like that. And I guess I will add a color to it. Like, I usually do color balance. I think I do blue midtones. I used to use, I don't really use colors that much anymore. Yeah, this will work. There's another one too, but this will work fine for now. Notice it's called blue midtones, because there's one blue in it, and now if it was 0, it would be like normal, and if it was like red midtones, it would be 1.1, I think, or is it just, yeah, so, sorry about that, I'm just kind of messing around. You could change anything you want, really. I haven't messed around too much with this, but you can see which effect works best for you. Of course, for the sake of this commentary, I want it to be like a really big difference that we can tell. And right as I get the shot, I want to make it be like red. So I'm going to start off at 0, and I'm going to put it all the way to 2, and then I'm going to put it back. So another keyframe. Again, just to show you, if you want, right now it's going back from plain, and it's going to red. And then, say I want to go back to plain right here, I can't just put a plain keyframe. I have to put another red one, because it's going to gradually go from red to plain. Same thing if I delete this keyframe, it would go from red to, plain. I'm calling it plain. It would normally just be like, it would be no color, basically. So, again, add a keyframe there, and just put this back to 0. I really hope this is all making sense. It's making sense to me, but that's because I'm the person saying it. And I hope this is not wasting my time, even though it probably is. Now you're getting this, like, cool, where is it? Zooming in. Alright, so now you're getting this, like, cool red effect with the screen shake. And, that's basically it. I can go, like, a lot further into it, but I'm not going to, because I don't want this to be too long. And really, you could do a lot of things. And I'm probably gonna end up using this clip later on when I don't know, do different stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this video. I just finished uploading my other one, and I gotta render this and save it and do whatever. But for the meantime, thank you everyone for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please comment, because I'm only gonna do a few of these if no one likes them. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So thanks for watching, which I said like 5 times already. Alright, see ya.